As I turn on to Route 17, I spot a bunch of punk kids ducking into the woods behind Merritt's gas station. There's an old campsite out there where nothing good ever happens. Through the pines, I catch a glimpse of what looks like chestnut hair, pale skin, a black boot. Jess. Without even thinking, I whip the truck around and pull into the lot, kicking up a mess of red earth and gravel. The kids take off running. By the time I break through the trees, they've scattered. Jess. I call as I chase them through the woods, but I don't see her anywhere. I catch up to a scrawny kid with a dirty blonde mullet, tackling him to the ground. Where's Jess? I flip him over to see his face and I feel like I'm going to throw up. Lee Wiggins. He used to be in my class. It's like he's wearing a Halloween mask year-round, face like a gnawed-up cheese pizza. They say the chemicals melted off half the skin on his body, left nothing behind of his dumbass brothers. A family full of meth heads, bootleggers before that. They blew themselves up in a trailer behind Ted Bannon's junkyard on the same night my dad died. Jess. I scan the woods, her name echoing through the pines. He's coming. Lee smiles up at me, clutching my shirt. He reeks of cigarettes, burnt hair, and iodine. What the hell are you talking about? I try to pry his hands free. And what are you doing with my sister? The woods are dense. It'd be so easy to get lost back here. Disappear. He who slays the golden calf will be chosen, Lee whispers, spit bubbles specking his scarred lips. My heart stutters. Wait. What? What do you know about the calf? I grab his shoulders and shake him. Was it you? Did you put it there? It could be me. The seed. The devil told me so. From the flames. He grins, his grotesque skin stretching tight across his bones like thick rubber bands. Stop smiling at me. I scream, rage boiling inside of me. Before I even know what I'm doing, I haul back and punch him in the face. The sick feel of his waxy gnarled skin against my knuckles makes me cringe. Horrified by what I've done, I clutch my fist tight to my chest and crawl off him. I'm sorry. I didn't mean, sure you did. Lee just lies there on the pine straw, smiling, blood seeping from the corner of his mouth. I know all about you. We're the same, you and me. Molten heat radiates through my muscles. I clench my fists tighter. I tower over him, the edge of my boot inches away from his head. I don't know what your deal is, but if you don't stay away from my sister, I'll come back and put you out of your misery. You understand me? His grin stretches wider, exposing his crooked bottom teeth, swimming in blood. I'm counting on it. You're crazy. I stagger back. His laughter follows me out of the woods. My truck doors still wide open, engine running, music full blast. I tear out of the lot, back toward home. I don't know what the hell got into me back there. As hard as I try, I can't get Lee out of my head. His face. His words. The devil. I park in back of the equipment shed so Noodle won't see the truck. I can't look at her. Not right now. Not after what I just did. As soon as I enter the shed, my eyes settle on the spot where discovered all those explosives last year. I buried them on a patch of barren land on the back acres. I don't know what Dad was doing with all that, but it didn't matter. He was gone. Grabbing a hatchet, a shovel, and a couple of heavy-duty black compost bags, I head out to the combine. I feel the weight of what I'm about to do in my limbs, like I'm moving underwater. A turkey vulture passes overhead. I wonder if we're headed to the same place. Shading my eyes from the sun, I peer up at the sky, an endless gunmetal blue with long white clouds stretching out like continents I'll never see. As I get closer to the combine, I tie a bandana around my nose and mouth and brace myself for the stench of the calf, the sound of the maggots worming their way through the innards, a glistening, moist, endless rattle that makes my stomach churn. I'll never forget that sound when I found Dad in the breeding barn. God, I hate maggots. When I die, I want to be cremated. I know it's not the Tate way, but this land's already taken so much from us. I want to leave this earth nothing more than a pile of ash. I crouch so I can peer under the cutting platform, But there's nothing there. No maggots, no fur, no blood. When I reach my hand in to see if it's somehow settled under the discarded wheat stems, the engine roars to life, the cutting blade nicking my arm. I scramble back from the combine, my adrenaline setting my nerves on fire. Tyler, is that you? I peer in the cab, but there's no one there. I run around the tractor. This isn't funny, I yell over the roar of the engine. I search for my gloves, the ones I left behind this morning, the gloves that should be covered in blood, but they're nowhere to be found. Holding my head in my hands, like I can press the madness from my brain, I scan the fields. I'm desperate for a logical explanation, anything other than I'm just going crazy. The wind stings as it hits my cut. I glance down at the bright red blood trickling onto the golden wheat, and I feel dizzy. Bleary-eyed, I stare out over the untilled crops waving in the wind like a churning sea. I understand how the settlers got lost in the plains. It'd be so easy to lose your bearings out here, get separated from the herd. Once you're isolated, the predators can pick you off. My breath is coming in short bursts now. It feels like the wheat, the sky, and the earth are squeezing me from all sides. Backing up to the combine, I climb into the cab and cut the engine. There's no way it could have started on its own. I listen closely, but the only thing I hear is the occasional ting of the engine cooling down and the faint buzz of the train whistling through the crossing on Route 17. It's so quiet I swear I can hear my heartbeat thrumming in the slash across my arm. I pull the first aid kit from under the seat to find Noodles put heart stickers over everything. My chin quivers. Just keep it together, Clay. I whisper as I rip open a packet of gauze and wrap it around my wrist. The combine's been acting up lately. And it's just a surface cut. I notice my bruised knuckles and a fresh wave of guilt washes over me. No one needs to know about this. About any of it. I think about heading home, barricading myself in my room for the rest of the day, but then I think of Noodle standing there with her sticker bag. That goofy Kool-Aid stained grin, her front 2 teeth missing. I can't let her down. I can't let the family down. All of this could be caused by lack of sleep. I mean, even when I'm asleep, it's a restless sleep. I keep having the weirdest dreams, Noodle whispering in my ear, telling me to work the wheat. Has to mean something. This last harvest will bring in the money we need to pay for that school over in Murphyville. It might be too late for the rest of us, but Noodle deserves this. I'll do whatever it takes to help her get out of here. Make something of her life. I take in a deep shaky breath and let it all out. Okay, so there's no calf. Maybe there never was a calf. Maybe I fell asleep in the cab this morning and dreamt the entire thing. That could happen. Same with Ollie. I mean, if she smiled at me like that, walked over to my truck, Dale would be calling me non-stop to get all the details. And Lee Wiggins. Who the hell knows? I lost my temper, that was a mistake, but he's not going to say anything. Even if he did, everybody thinks the Wiggins are crazy trash. As much as I explain it away, a part of me wonders if this is how it all started for Dad. Maybe it's schizophrenia. Maybe it's in my blood. I drag my hands through my hair as I look back toward the house. The house my ancestors built from nothing. I need to man up. The fields aren't going to work themselves. I force myself to turn the ignition. The combine purrs to life so easily, it takes me aback. Like it's been waiting for me.